Okay guys, I gotta make this fast. I don't know how much room is left on the camera, and I don't know how much battery is left. So, quick. Today is very special to me. Today is the 5th anniversary of my webcomic, The War of Winds. Granted, the story has been around for about 8 years now, but, you know, this is 5 years of me making a webcomic, and, you know, it's almost coinciding with the 300th page, which is pretty cool. 3 special things today, other than the announcement. 1, I'm going to answer questions that were posted on Twitter. There are only 2 of them, but my bad. That's my fault for posting on a Saturday night. 2, I'm going to say something here that will not be put on the comic or on the site, so only people who watch this will know what I'm going to say. 3, I'm going to show you something pretty special that I made for a presentation I gave at my college. First things first, questions. Sarah Sawyer of the God's Pack asks, when can we expect a War of Winds or Not Alone book? War of Winds, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you think about it, was never made for print. The pages are made in infinite canvas. They're way too big and they're way too long, and to try to, well, reverse engineer not only like the beginning horrible pages, but also to change the format of my newest pages, I think would really ruin the flow of the story. And since I'm not that great at making things to fit inside of a smaller shape, I'm probably never ever going to offer War of Winds as a book. Not Alone, on the other hand, was made, you know, as a short story, specifically in mind for printing out and selling at conventions. So, good news for that. I'm planning on offering that as a book, a short book, an ash can, or whatever they're called, this summer, as soon as I finish the story and redo the pages. She also asks, will we ever see the North Wind in the flesh again? Well, this is a loaded question, and depending on how closely you've paid attention to the story, the answer is somewhat different. I guess what I can say is sooner than you think, and if you've been paying attention, sooner than you really think. As soon as Chapter 8's finished, actually there is an interim 2 chapter. After every book, there is an interim chapter which introduces new characters or concepts. An interim 2, after Chapter 8, introduces the South Wind and the West Wind in forms that, again, depending on how much you've paid attention, may or may not surprise you. Let's see. Tandao Kung Fu asks, wondering if the ideas shape in your mind may be in dreams before you sit down to work, or are they born from conscious practice? It depends on what we're talking about. If it's the art, this is the only way I can explain it. If it's the art, it's like playing the old World of Warcraft 2, not the massive multiplayer online game. You know how you're walking through the game and there's the map, and each time you explore, parts of the map that were once dark become light? That is what it's like for my art. I never have a concrete vision in my head. It's more like I'm discovering it as I make it. It's strange, and that's probably why it takes me so long to do everything, because I don't sit down and do a conscious effort before I just jump in. The story, it's really weird. Yeah, I'm a sci-fi buff, you know, Stargate, Star Trek, not much into Star Wars, but, you know, it feels like I've written it before. Whenever I write a chapter, it's extreme deja vu. I don't really get it. So I don't really have an answer as far as the story, because it feels like I've done it before. Whether you want to talk about past lives or parallel universes or just me being a huge geek and being really weird, I'm definitely not plagiarizing, so don't even think about that. But yeah, that's the answer to that question. It's a really cool question, thanks. Okay, what I'm not going to post on the site. Actually, I'm going to move on to the 3rd question before I come back to that. I gave a presentation on comics to my thesis advisor's class, and I brought in a prop I thought you guys would appreciate. Let's see if you can see that. It's a poster cut out of Ravar. It's about 2 feet high, and he's got a word balloon that I can take on and off. It's got Velcro. Isn't that awesome? Painted with acrylics. Tutorial on webcomics.com. Really cool. Let's see. The Notice. This is a crossover story. Starting in Chapter 9, you're going to get thrown into Earth. I don't know what you guys think of that, but all things are connected. That's a special notice. Please don't stop reading my comic because you hate Earth crossover stories, because it'll be pretty cool, I hope. Thanks so much for watching this. I'm going to stop it before it stops on me. 5 years. There's going to be fan art the whole week and extra things from me underneath the comic in the blog area. Thanks for reading, guys. I really appreciate it.